What I'm going to do is pull up all the forms, get every single book uploaded just to make sure I've covered everything. There's going to be a lot of duplicates, but after all the books are uploaded, what I'm going to do then is organize them, add the series numbers, add series titles, and add all the details, the tags, and the genres.
Yeah. I did want to ask you about the duplicate books, because you sent the email with another correction form.
Yep.
But if I send in the correction form for the Book Expo, do I have to send in the correction form for the rest of the site?
Nope, you're all set.
Okay.
Yeah, that plugin is phenomenal. You make one correction on, there's basically, your book is horror haiku and poems. Yeah. So I upload your ASIN. Now, one of the things that I don't like about the plugin is I could upload that ASIN 5 times and 5 copies will appear. I thought that if it wasn't uploaded in the system, it would say this is already in the system. But it doesn't. It will keep taking it. So you can upload the same ASIN all day long and it will just take it and keep duplicating.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Okay.
So if you submitted an ASIN on the registration form, it's in the system. If you submitted it for the Book Expo and for the author registration, it's now in the system 3 times. If you submitted it for Cover Wars and Blog Hop, now it's there 5 times. So it is duplicated, but they're all going to be there. That way I'm not sorting through and checking. I also don't have an author sort. So if I want to look up your book, I can't type in A.F. Stewart. I have to remember the name of your title of your book, and I have to search it that way. Now, Karina, off the top of my head, she did Illusional Reality. And that's the only book I can think of.
And she's got one that was in the horror genre. I noticed it's an anthology.
Can you name it?
It started with H.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't.
But I've never seen that one of hers before, so I don't know.
Yeah, I cannot do it.
And I think she also had her Huntress.
Yeah.
And her other one, the first one she did, which I can't remember what it is now either. Anyway, but but there was a couple of duplicate of my book under the horror genre. You had it listed twice.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one thing I noticed under the Joe Live. You had my name listed twice as A.F. Stewart and Anita Stewart.
Okay.
So
right.
just
and that's on the thing itself. That's not on the book. So that will have to.
No, it's not on the book. That's under the on the site.
Okay.
Under the event.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, it'll be edited. Everything right now is just a sketch. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to get it up there. I'm trying to get as much. I am literally vomiting data. That's all I'm doing right now is vomiting data.
Yeah.
Now everything that people have sent in since October, it's now just all of it's just getting thrown up there like a Pollock painting.
I'm checking and double checking and triple checking and quadruple checking everything.
Yep, and that's fine. And every day I go in and I make more changes and I get a little bit more done. And then what I do, and then the other problem I have a lot of duplicate names where my master list is their personal name that they used on PayPal. Some names are missing. Some people use their email address. Some people use a name one of my dearest friends registered and I get this weird name and I look at it. I've known him for 3 years and I emailed him, your real name isn't X? He goes, no. Been here for 3 years and I just found out that's not even your name.
Yeah, I had the same problem with the author showcase because in the beginning there was just the real names. I'm going, okay, who is that? And then Angie put the author names on the form listing, so that was a little easier to figure it out.
Yeah, and that was I realized that probably of the 20 names that I had issues with, probably half of them are just pen names. So, and then I had authors who didn't pay. I had authors who snuck in books, and I went through and if I didn't find your name on that list, I just deleted your book. And then I had so many people coming back. Oh yeah, about 10 authors. It was enough for me to go, okay, I'm not going to delete anything. I'm going to restore those books. So I restored them, brought everything back. Now there's a lot of duplicates. Well, I'm going to be going through and adding all the genres. And once that's all done, when it's all done and said, my final step is going to be just going through and deleting all the duplicates, which is very, very easy. But I want to make sure every time you create a new book like Dolor and Shadow, it will say Dolor and Shadow. If I create a second one that says Dolor and Shadow, it'll say Dolor and Shadow 1. then Dolan Shadow 2. So I want to make sure when I delete it that it's going to be the original book. So it is on my list of to-dos. It's just
I had to update my author tags when I did the form.
Right.
Because you had author interviews on
for
me, which I don't know where you got that. Because I didn't do author interviews.
Yeah.
I did the author showcase, but not author interviews.
That may have been what it was. Hello, Jesse. We are recording, just so you know that we are already going with this that way. Because Anita and I were talking about some stuff on setup, and I just want to make sure that it's all down recorded for everybody. So in about 15 minutes, I want to give people 15 more minutes to arrive, and then we will start into what I wanted to talk about today.
Okay.
So I just have a checklist that I need to hand out to everybody so they can go through, and this is what I need from everybody now with genre managers. I'm going to need you to send it over. So that's all we're doing really today. It's like a 15-minute meeting.
There's one more thing I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was looking at the horror genre on the site.
Yeah.
And you put up the horror hall thing.
Yeah.
They just could you make the link to the Facebook like just a different color or something, because it doesn't really look like a link.
Yeah, I can.
Because I actually want people to go there.
Yeah. She cannot get audio.
Really?
All right. I just asked, can you hear us? You cannot hear us. That's going to be a big problem.
Her mic is muted.
Yeah, I see that.
Maybe she's got the wrong setting for her audio.
Is there a way you can check your audio? And that's how I ask all my questions whenever I write them out. Can you check your audio? Maybe? And that's the tone that does not come out when I type on Facebook and stuff. And all I can think of is, I guess it would be speakers. It would be a speaker setting. That's what it would be.
Yeah, tell her to click the microphone arrow, because that's where the speakers are.
Okay, she can hear us now.
Okay. Oops.
Okay, so, all right. So if you select your, if you unmute your mic, you should be able to talk to us then. And I think she froze. Working. Okay. All right. Oh, working on it. Okay. All right. I'll give her a minute here. And like I said, we can cut all that out when I edit. So, yeah, I'll clean up the video a little bit. Regarding the links, yes, all links will be highlighted or bold in a red.
Okay, that's
so
good.
they will be readable when people come in and take a look at it, because that is something I do not like, the font size on Zycon site, and I cannot change that. Ani can, but that is way beyond my knowledge.
Yeah, well, the font size was not my problem. It's just that most of the time when you see a link, it's blue or something. So
yeah, and it's already a very faint gray. So when you get that, it really is hard to read through it. And it looks like you're unfrozen, Jesse, and you can hear us.
Hear you.
Ah, we can hear you. Wonderful. Yay! Now this would be your first meeting then, I think. The first time I see you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
How is everything going with historical fiction?
Seems to be okay. I'm trying to get some chats together that we can use on our blogs to help advertise. We each answer the same question, then I'm going to put it together kind of like a conversation, and that everybody can use it on their blogs or whatnot, and then we can also maybe post it.
Yeah.
At our. Can I start posting things?
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. In 2015 we had open post it when it's ready. And
and any of your authors that are in the author showcase, they can post stuff in their booths too.
Yeah.
I think they're doing that. Yeah. I have some.
Yeah, anywhere at all.
There really is no
because I mean, there's a lot happening on the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So, and as long as we make people aware that this is happening now, we're posting it now, but really
Yeah.
you want to come back on the 7th when we have a lot of, like the tournaments and the cover wars, those go live on the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So if people aren't here, they are going to miss out on something like that. So aside from that, it's really open. It's really open. I would prefer blog hops and genre tours all start on April 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That way we can do a quick link check before we go live. But if they're posted earlier, I really don't care. It's really, we're very back.
Yeah.
It's probably easier to do it that way.
Yeah. And if you want, I know there's some Facebook groups. I know Horror's doing a Facebook group.
Well, we're doing an event, not a group.
Right. That's right. Yes. And Fantasy is also doing a Facebook event. So I didn't know if you want to utilize Facebook possibly.
I can take a look at those. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I can check them
and
out.
speaking of the horror event, if you have any volunteers to help as hosts, because I need people just to come in and take over, like when I'm out doing something else. I've got maybe 2 at the moment.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'd like to have a
about
few
the
more.
Moderators.
Yeah, especially people on time zones that like are later.
Yeah.
Like England or Australia.
Yeah.
So they can cover the night shift.
Yeah, I tried putting moderators together, and this was, to be honest with you, the moderators were some of the hardest things to come up with because it does require that you sit and babysit the group.
Well, it doesn't really with ours because it's just mostly just a chat and discussion group. So I'm not really making rules.
Yeah.
I just need people to approve posts if like the authors come in and post their books and stuff.
Yeah. That I recommend checking settings on that. Now on the live support group, I have the settings set up so that anyone.
Yeah, but with events, you can't do that, I don't think.
Okay. That's got me bugged. That's really frustrating.
Yeah, because Facebook changed that recently, and it's annoying.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Yeah. Now I changed the settings over because we had to keep approving that people come in, and I got to a point where I'm like, I'm tired of approving these. So I lifted that restriction, but I still had to go in this morning and approve someone. And I'm like, why is this still not letting people just come in and help themselves? So yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening with that. So.
Yeah, well, it's not the approving the people with the events. It's approving the links. Facebook did it, I think, for spam reasons.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Anyway, so anyone who posts something like an Amazon link has to be approved in an event.
I just don't think Facebook likes authors. I think they saw.
I don't think they like anybody, frankly.
So let's bash Facebook and no, it's
I
a
could
great
do that
tool.
all day.
Love it. Yeah. And we do use it a lot. It's just
I look at Facebook as a necessary evil.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah. They are so not going to be okay with us posting this on there. We're going to post this video.
Well, we're not saying anything that hasn't been said before on many, many, many timelines.
Yeah.
Especially mine.
Now, you sent me the HTML code and I plugged it in.
Yeah. And that looks great, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Well, you did that. All I did was paste. And that's pretty much what I want to go over with everybody at the meeting. So this is going to get repeated later on, which is fine. Where I need everyone to send me a code like that so I can just plug it in. And I started building their website or the pages so that browse by genre is now a drop down, and I'm going to do a screen share when everyone comes in. So you can see the drop down and you can look up whatever genre you want. And when you look at the genre, it can be whatever you want. I mean, as the genre manager, you can design it however you need, anything really. And this is where everything related to that genre needs to be posted as a one-stop shop for fantasy, one-stop shop for Anita, your genre now, Anita, for horror, for thriller, etc. So
basically you want a HTML code for like the blog hop and the just a link, say.
Yeah, just the link. Yeah.
So I'd make the code and then I'd plug in the link that goes to the site for the blog hop.
Yep.
And et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Et cetera. And what else? Oh yeah, the author showcase. I can plug in the link that goes directly to the author, the horror section on the author showcase.
And the way, right, going back to what we were saying with the with this plugin that I'm using. So you take the ASIN and your one book, Horror Haiku, is right in there. Now I can add tags to say it's horror, it's poetry, it's haiku. I can then add tags to say, oh, well, Anita's a volunteer. She is in the blog hop. She is in the author showcase. So then I go over to the author showcase and I select a short code for HTML that states all the books that are in author showcase, post them, and your book will appear. I go over to my featured authors where the volunteers are. Everyone should have some books there who volunteered. I hit that short code and it shows all of the volunteer books. And I don't have to do anything. It's just pasting in this short code that's linked into the tags. So then I realized, well, that's perfect, because then I can just go through each and every book in each and every department, each and every event, and just add the tags. So what this means, and this is the beautiful thing about what's coming up next year, is in 2018, all I need is the ASIN number, nothing else. I'll need the genre, the series, not the series title, but I just need the ASIN. It doesn't matter what event you're doing. And somebody can, like in your case, Anita, you would send me the horror haiku, you'd send me that ASIN, and then you would go through at the bottom and say, well, I want the book in this event, this event, this event, this event. And then I would upload it and I would select all those tags, done.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a lot simpler.
It's a lot simpler than all these forms. Yeah, when I realized that, I looked at that, my mouth hit the floor, and then this is the beautiful thing. Ani was showing it to me. She says, you realize you can upload, mass upload. I said, well, what do you mean? She goes, you don't have to enter Anita's ASIN. Pops it up. Next. She says, you can just copy paste all of them and load them up. I can. So I already went in and took the 20, I had 20 books that were missing. I took all 20 ASINs, plugged them in. They were all uploaded in 2 minutes. It was astounding. And it's all automatic. Amazon plugs in their own blurb, their own book title. This is funny. So I've had authors who come in and say, I have books 1 and books 2 of the series, but they don't match. Can you straighten that up? And I won't say it, but I'm going, yeah, that's what you have on Amazon? Okay.
Yeah.
Clean that up for you.
I had the same problem on Author Showcase for Goodreads. It's like people wanted their blurbs changed. And I said, yeah, but I used the blurb on Goodreads.
Yeah.
But I changed the blurb for them.
Yeah. And it was really funny. So many people about that. I've gotten 3 different requests just on well, you've got my series looking like this for book 1, but book 2 looks like this and book 3 looks like this. Can you change it so it's all uniform? I just did an auto run from Amazon, and that's what you gave Amazon, but okay. Sure.
Well, if they contact Amazon,
no,
Amazon can help fix it.
Yeah, that's a basic edit, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't even have to contact Amazon. All you have to do is go into your dashboard on the Kindle Direct and fix your blurb.
Yeah. It just
I do it all the time.
It really cracked me up listening to them criticize themselves. I'm like, okay. That's all right.
Yeah, the parts about series, if they need you to connect series, then Amazon can do that.
Oh, yeah, you might have to
mine.
contact Amazon if you connect the series. But even that you could possibly do through the Author Central.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just did that with Zombies from Space.
I mean, I had to contact Amazon on one book, but that was an anthology where I wasn't listed.
Yeah.
I was in the anthology, but I wasn't one of the authors listed on the book page, so I had to contact Amazon on that.
Now, I'm going to be doing that here soon. I've never done one where I have to go into Amazon and connect all the authors to the anthology. No clue what I'm doing with it.
Well, you just have to, I mean, I've never done it, but I think all you have to do is click, when you're plugging in the information, click add author.
Okay. All right.
I think.
Yeah. Okay. All right then, because that'll yeah. And I love this anthology. Oh my goodness, we have 15 entries, and we have 3, I'm gonna say full-length short stories, like chapter numbers and everything. And then we have 5 poems. We have others that are just basic short stories. We have a nice variety, a good, healthy variety with some really amazing talent. And Ani, I had it set up so that one poem was going to launch the book, and then it was going to be the book. But then Ani sent this gorgeous poem that connects with, it was literally like an ode to the reader. And it was almost like the reader and the writer yin yang in the relationship. It was beautiful. And I'm like, that's really that's launching off the book. So the first entry is the poem that introduces and plays ode to the reader, and then it's the novel, and then we have poems at the end. I like to cram all the poems at the end and to wrap things up, because there's a lot of people who skip poetry who legitimately don't enjoy it. So, the book covers in, and Jesse, your historical fiction graphics are finally in. I posted them yesterday.
I was super excited about that. They look pretty. They all look really good. Thanks.
No, thank you. I had nothing to do with that. I mediated. No, I do not have any graphic skills whatsoever. So
yeah, I seen our graphic artist cover his book that is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Does he do that? Like,
yes.
Do people pay him to do that?
Yeah.
Like the book covers? Oh.
Yep. No, he did Dollar and Shadow. That's him.
Oh, and that's very pretty.
Yeah, I thank you. Like I said, he does it. He did my Broken Book and Fire and Lies as well. And I had Deranged Doctor Designs did Zombies from Space. But no, I love his books. And Ashley Capes, he's done a couple of his books as well. So, and it's funny because when you start to browse his portfolio, there's a lot of names I can recognize. I'm like, I know those people. But yeah, his work is gorgeous. And I've priced him with other companies. And so far, he is the cheapest. Like, I'll talk to people and they'll give me their figures, how much they've paid for a book cover. And so far, his prices have beat everybody else I've spoken to. So very, very good prices.
Nice.
Very good. So absolutely worth looking into. And his information is posted. It will be posted in the on B2B SciCon. He gets advertising for doing the graphics that he put together.
Banners.
Yeah. So, and they are getting recycled next year. He's already agreed to alter some of the wording on them and the dates, so I can keep reusing them over and over again year after year. So I hope to get 5 years out of each graphic, and then I'll refresh them in 5 years. So, but I think I'd rather keep it as a logo and keep that image going to establish the brand, rather than going back and spending $700 to $1,000 every year getting a new set. That's a huge expense I'm
perfectly happy recycling the horror stuff. He did a great job on that.
They are. I want to do something different for young adult. I don't know what I'm doing with young adult.
Yeah, young adult. The young adult graphic was kind of plain.
It was
nice, but
yeah, no, I wasn't fond of it. And honestly, that was one I designed because it's not my genre, and we didn't have a genre manager at that time. I'm really struggling with young adult this year because every young adult that's come through, it actually belongs to a different genre, like fantasy young adult. And I'm like, well, that's fantasy. So we put them there. And we only have 6 books for young adult. Everything else. Crazy. Yeah. And it's because they really do a good job fitting with every other genre. And I mean, Heidi has a wonderful word of wisdom with this. It's for marketing purposes. Young adult really is not something you want. It's great in a bookstore when you have a child by the hand and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to take you over to Isaac Asimov. You can go over to the children's section with the trains. Aside from that, it really does not have a place. And that's not what we're doing here. So same thing with children. I will never do children. I will never, ever have children's books at SciCon because, and a couple others snuck them in this year, and next year it's like, no. Children are tactile. They must hold the book. They do not do well on internet sales. They really don't. So children's books are just not going to be accepted next year. And nonfiction, I don't think either, because again, they really don't do well with internet sales. That's just not how you market them. So I think I want to keep it nonfiction, young adult and up next year. So there's a lot of stuff that came through that's honestly, I'm really looking forward to changing next year. And the first one being those darn forms. Never again am I using ninja forms. Never again. Oh, never, ever again. Oh, so No, next year I plan on using 1, 2 at most Google Forms, and then I can just share it with whomever.
Yeah, the Google Forms are good too because if they submit, you get an email.
Confirmation. Yeah.
Which is what I saw. A lot of people were saying, we never got a confirmation email.
Yeah.
So the Google Forms are good in that way.
Yeah, no, I love them to pieces. I can download them. I can share them. I loved being able to share them.
Although I don't know what happened to my first blog form that I sent in. Somehow it went missing.
Was that for Ninja Forms or Google Forms?
No. This was the one where you send in the Blog Hub link. The most recent one.
Oh, okay. All right.
I sent it in, but somehow it didn't get submitted because I got an email yesterday or the day. I think it was yesterday. Anyway, but I sent it in again. So.
Oh, okay.
All good.
Right. Yeah, Jody's still working on those, and she should.
Yeah.
I just got an email from her. She said
it amused me though because I'm in charge of the blog. I didn't get my form.
Yeah, I was. It's all right. I haven't done anything. No, I haven't done anything.
Well, I technically I did put my form in. It just didn't somehow get there. I don't know what happened.
No, I feel bad because Tim is taking care of me. Like really, my heart goes out to him because I have done nothing, but he knows. And I'm fantasy, so he calls me up. Same thing with Charlene Jones. She knows memoir, and she knows me. So I've got the two of them covering my books for me. They've gotten all the information. I've submitted nothing, and they're like, "I know you're busy. I've got you covered." I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah, it's like me too. I mean, I know most of the horror authors because I've worked with them on the October Frights and the Coffin Hop blog hops I've done. So, I mean, it's like I can just message them on Facebook, get this done, get me your stuff. Yeah,
the communication this year, honestly, I think backing off from, there was just so much I did wrong this year, so much. And, live and learn. Took a lot of notes going, okay, yep, not doing that again. And I think the communication was one of them. I think we were way too involved, way too many roadblocks, way too many rules. And eliminating the rules, taking away the interaction where no one could talk to an author except customer service, getting all of that out of the way. I think that that did a lot to really clean up the confusion, I think, and sort things out. So, and the biggest problem I'm having right now is the emails I'm getting through. Most of them are authors worried that they're going to be lost, disregarded, their entries are going to be thrown away, or they're going to miss a deadline and we're going to be like, too bad, we take your money, we walk away. And I've gotten several emails like that, and I'm like, no, I will stay up all night long for 3 weeks if I have to get this done. Everyone's getting what they paid for, and then some. So
is that new people?
New people?
Newer people?
Ani?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you mean newer people? You mean new people coming in, or?
So the new people asking those questions who didn't do it last year?
They are new people. Yes, they are new people. Yeah, they are first generations, first years. I call them first years. It's really, and
they're freshmen.
Yeah, they are. They're freshmen. Yeah.
Okay.
There's definitely a different mindset with them, and that's fine. It's absolutely expected.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of times it's like, this is a big event. Mm-hmm. And most of the stuff that authors are doing, like especially the smaller authors who only have 1 or 2 books out, they haven't done anything this big before.
Yeah.
So it might be confusing.
Yeah. No, and it is very confusing. And I mentioned this in our last panel last night, Anita. I think it was last night. I don't know. I've been watching the Fantasy Magic Systems panel all day because I'm editing it. So
that was a long one.
It was 3.5 hours long, and I'm only halfway through the editing. So, but I'll say it again. It was the line, "This is just a catwalk for indie authors." Really, that put in perspective what we are doing here. We are just building a catwalk, and authors are just strutting their stuff. Ani, we are recording, and I realized it's like 2:40, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I just need to go over a checklist. My brother's on his way over. I have guests coming, so
that's why I turned off the video, because I'm in wake up mode.
Yep, you're absolutely fine. And I know Tim will be joining us here soon. But it's Alaska where he is, so I'm not sure It's really, really early where he is. So what I need.
He's about an hour. He's about an hour behind me, I think, an hour or two behind me.
Yeah. And I had my index card with all my list. Here it is. Okay.
Well, I'll keep handling the books and the videos if you want me to. So if that helps.
Yes, please do. I saw your post there asking if I wanted to take over, and I'm just like, I don't have time to learn the system. I'm sorry. I love you, but no.
No, I'll just need you to send me the links with the categories.
Okay.
That's all I need.
All right. Yeah, no, that'll work out fine. What I want to go over is basically a checklist of what I need from genre managers at this time. That's really all I need. So I'm going to go over quickly. I'm going to do a screen share. And let me see here if it would actually help if I had the screen that I want to share open now, wouldn't it?
Well,
right,
when is the date of everything closing?
Everything is, hold on a moment. I have somebody trying to get in. Okay. Richard's trying to get in. All right, let me see here. The date, I'm aiming for April 4th, but really it's when it's done.
Okay.
I am going to say that it's done when my job is done. I'm not going to sit there and tell people, no, you're not coming in here. No, you missed the deadline. I'm not doing that to people. There's just too much, and we are too few for volunteers in number to have that going on. It's not going to be the case. All right, so I got the thing that I want up here. All right,
I'm just wondering when I should check the book list again. So that's all.
The forms are all closed. The forms, I've deleted them all. That was fun. I'm sorry. I took way too much enjoyment deleting those ninja forms. I did.
No, I'm talking the Google one.
Oh no, those should be all closed, I think. And if not, oops. Oh well, I don't care. I would check it again, and then I would close it, because right now I have one form only that I'm using, and that's where I want everyone to go. And that is the corrections form. I changed the name today, so it is no longer Book Expo correction form. It is just SciCon correction form. So this is the SciCon site, and what I've changed lately, we have events all here crammed under here. This is the anthology for Book Dreams, and we have browse by genre, and this is what I wanted to go over with everybody. Everyone's genre, for the most part, should be here. These are the primary genres with named genre managers. If there is no genre manager, like nonfiction, then it's not going to be listed here. So if you click on one of these, I'm going to use horror because Anita's the one who actually inspired this idea. Here is the horror section. Now, Heidi, I'm sorry, I'm saying horror and it came out Heidi. Anita sent me the HTML text code for this, and I just plugged it in. So she designed all of this, which is really, really, and I think it's right there. Come to the horror hall. That's the link you need highlighted. Yeah.
It just needs to be offset so that people know it's a link.
Right. And I'll do that right now because I want to go in and show that this is for people who don't know what I'm asking for very quickly. This is where you build a post, but if you hit text, this is the HTML code. This is what I need. Now, this link right here is the book table that provides all the books you just saw. And while I'm here, let me go ahead and highlight that red for you. Okay. So again, there's that code that gives you all the books. And what I'm wanting to add here is the, one moment here, because what I'm wanting to add here is the blog hop, the genre tour link. That way when people come in, everything that is horror is here. So there's where, again, that's the code that you sent in, Anita. There's the change.
Yeah.
Now here is where that book code is. And these are all the horror books that people have submitted. Every one of them.
To this point,
now that's what I was talking about with the duplicate books.
Yep, there are duplicates, and that's me, and I just have to go through and delete them all, all the duplicates, which I will. which I will. And there's a lot of them. Now, let me show you, because this is something I want here. I'll use your book, Anita. We have the genre, the author's name. You are right here. If I clicked on this, let me go ahead and do that. It will show me every one of your books. And I can see now what's duplicated right here.
Yeah.
So I see that this is definitely a duplicate. And look, if you look at the genres, you have horror and poetry. And this one down here has you tagged under volunteers. So before I delete this, I need to merge them all under the same tag. I'm sorry. There is the tag. This one isn't even listed under genres, but this one is.
Well, that's probably why it's duplicated, because one's under tag and one's under genres.
That's right. Yes. So what I need to do when I'm all done with this is I need to make sure that all the tags, all the genres are listed under the same book.
And make sure you get rid of the author interviews under mine.
The author interviews? Yes, that too. And what I'll do is I'll pull up my master list and I will compare it to your order. And that's 100% what I'm basing this on right here. It's just what I saw in your order. And the author interviews is me missing the showcase for the interviews. So let me go back over here then. Okay. And yeah, same thing here. You have the genre. And I'm going to go over to, here you go. This is what I wanted. If you have a series number, right, there's the series with the book number. So that's something else I need to make sure is in place for all of that. But this is just the horror section. So if I go over now to, and let's go historical fiction. And again, I have nothing so far. I'm needing to add the blog hop and the genre tour if you have one happening. But then we have all the books listed under the historical fiction. This is somebody without a flying solo. My kids read that book. Okay. All right. I think I know what book this is. Yeah. Okay. This is not an indie author. This is like a New York Times bestselling author. This is Flying Solo. This is it won the Pulitzer last year, I think. My kids read it in high school. I need to get that out of here. So this is what I'm wanting on each of these pages is a welcome. This is what's happening. This is where you can find all the events for this year, and a link that way anyone who's interested in this genre can just go right in and shop what they want.
What do you want for the links? Do you want the links that are on the SciCon site?
I want the links that are on the SciCon site. I want any outward links, like when Jody gets me the blog hop links, all of the blog hop links are going to be listed here for this genre.
Okay, so you're going to be filling in the blog hop and the genre tour links. So you don't need those from us.
The blog hop is coming from Jody. I have no.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you just need the genre tour links from us.
Right, and if you are doing a Facebook event, I'm going to need that. If you have, like, I know Tim Bateson has his scavenger hunt. I'm going to need the link for that. And it would probably be best, because you guys know what you're doing with your genre. So just compose whatever you need with everything you've organized and then send it on over to me and I'll just plug it in.
I know AF has a scavenger hunt or something. I'm supposed to add a page for her.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and this is what this is what Karina put together. This is the MC showcase. She has Biker Wars and Biker Run that she will be getting me. I have the Sons of Anarchy panel discussion I will be adding here. And then these are her showcases for the motorcycle showcase. So this is, and then she's got book trailers. She's got Meet the Authors. So this is an example of what I'm looking for the genre, and this is your page. You can do whatever you want with it.
Okay. Yeah, well, I can get you the genre stuff next week because I'll have I'll have the links and I'll have a list of all the articles. Mm-hmm. And I'll have that done up with the HTML code. Okay. All right. And I don't have all the titles of the articles yet. So
okay. All right. And that's the genre page. The
genre tour.
Right. Blog Hop is handled by Jody Pierce. She'll be sending that over. And then we have author interviews. I know Corey has been sending, I've been pulling those from Corey's page, and they're all here. So those are all taken care of. And then I just need the genre tour. So if you are doing anything here and you see that something is missing, it must be added. The goal is to make sure everything is accumulated this year into this location. So that's really all I wanted to say today.
I haven't scheduled myself with Corey, so maybe you need to pull me from author interviews, or I'll go check if I can still
We're
scheduled
keeping it going.
for-
We're keeping it going.
Okay.
'Cause she has more people than she has slots, so that's going. And I will
Okay.
be posting it here long after SciCon, and people are
Okay.
still shopping this long after SciCon. So
Okay. Okay.
okay. Yeah.
So if I can ask quick, I noticed that the people you have in historical fiction, those are
Mhm.
not anybody I've been connecting with. Like the
Right.
people on Goodreads, those are not the people in my Goodreads group that
Yeah,
I've been talking to,
there's a
except
lot of-
for
Yeah, there's
one.
a lot of people on are not on Goodreads. I'm not certain what's going on with that because we've sent people over there, and I'm like, well, what's going on? This is where I'm just not sure what's happening. I don't think people are familiar or comfortable with Goodreads, which is fine. I recommend email, pulling their data
Yeah.
from the master list. And today, let me go ahead and stop the share. And I'm going to go ahead and start the new share over here on the master list. And I'll just show you quickly here what I've been doing with that. I am building up the genres today. So this is when we get done here, this is all I'm going to be doing. You can see here, order number, name, genre. So when we're done here, you can just hit the filter, find everybody on your genre, and then you can just take their emails and email them.
That is cool.
Will do.
That is, here's story time. This is I'm not sure. I've had a few people asking how this works. If you click here, Biker Wars, you hit Z to A. There we go. I was going to say that's not working. There you go. These are all the authors who signed up for Biker Wars. So it's really, there's all the authors who signed up for panel discussion. So, and this is available to every genre manager. I have that available. I put that through on the Facebook volunteer group. It's also posted periodically in the Powerhouse group. So every time that's uploaded, I provide that, and it is accessible. You can get it right now in the volunteers group on Facebook. So, okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
No, you're very welcome. I do need to go. My brother is here now. I had my husband come in and he's like, we need to go. So I do need to go now. But I'm going to go ahead and have this uploaded shortly, and I'm probably going to be AWOL for the rest of the day. Because I want to get the master list done and get that to everybody. So, and that's the other thing is I can't be available and doing the work, and the work's got to get done now. So I'm gone. I try and check in. So if you do need something, make a lot of noise. I'll see it.
That's Ghostbusters.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.